The pre-game music got you guys a little more hyped as well. I tried with the Wallow Blues. I tried with the Wallow Dance remix. Oh god, I can't spell. Chotoff, apparently. That's what I typed in. Chotoff. Sounds like some kind of some very bad insult. Go on, chot off, you. Get out of here. Do one. Anyway, game number 1, the Empire Collective Cup Platinum League between the Viper and 8th Wonder. Get on that hype train because the Snake is in town and he's playing in the yellow as usual. Over to the left of the map, he's playing as the Britons, which is a civ he picked in the first game against Loiza. I don't know if he's choosing the Britons to challenge himself. I don't know if he's choosing the Britons to prove his dominance and be like, yeah, you know what? I can play with any civ and I can still win. But he seems to be choosing the Britons a lot lately. And, you know, I think we need to kind of find out exactly why. And so if this game... if Viper's available after this game, maybe we could ask him for a little post-game interview, and kind of ask him about what's going on with the with the Britons there. I think that's a very interesting question. We could obviously get you guys to ask him some questions as well, but that's obviously if he's down for that at the end of the games. And you know, I didn't want to do the interview last time with Viper because he was feeling pretty ill, and I didn't want to like have him on the microphone on Skype, like if he's feeling a bit ill and stuff. So I figured we maybe could do the interview today. That'd be cool. And what I want to do really is I want to talk to all the players at some point. I know 8th Wonder's probably got a lot to talk about as well, and he's actually done commentary in the past. So I'm certainly going to be looking to get some expert players to do co-commentary with me. And of course, I'll be doing commentary with Resonance 22 as well at various points. And in fact, tonight at 9 p.m. UTC, which is 10 p.m. in the UK and 11 p.m. in Europe and wherever else you are in the world, you have to work it out for yourselves. But we're going to be casting on Resonance's channel, and we'll be casting Kongens versus Hera over there. Anyway, I've realised I've not actually introduced 8th Wonder here. He's playing in the blue, and he's actually playing as the Celts. Now, yesterday we saw Winchester versus Tobby, and we saw that Tobby got a win on this map with the Celts versus the Mongols. So for Viper to let this go to the late game, I think may be a big mistake, and he's probably going to be looking to perhaps try and get this game get the pressure building up in the Castle Age, perhaps. That's what I kind of imagine will happen here, because we don't really want to see Viper getting to this post-Imperial Age here, because the Celts are going to be insane. You know, they're going to have their Woad Raiders running in and raiding. They're going to have their Siege Onagers out. Though, like we've seen in the past, obviously, the Britons, with their insane range on their foot archers, can actually take down onagers very easily and do a lot of damage with them. Windscreen Wipers says that Viper's explained before why he chooses Britons. Well, I must have missed that interview. He said they are very easy to micro with their extra range, and they undergo a power spike every time they go up in age. Well, that is very true. Obviously, you know, the Briton bonus there of the extra range is going to help them in so many different situations. And I've spoke about this in the past, how much easier it is to micro Briton crossbows against you know, other civs who will not have that extra +1 range. And then obviously once you get to the later stages of the game, even dealing with siege, you know, siege onagers, which are typically the biggest counter and the hardest counter to what am I talking about now? Archers. The Brits can just, you know, negate that. They're just like, ah, fuck that. We don't need that. But especially if you get the age up advantage, I can see where he's coming from with that. Because if you are in the feudal age and your opponent is in the feudal age, as soon as you get to Castle Age, not only do you get the extra +1, if you get the Bodkin Arrow upgrade and obviously you upgrade to crossbow, you're going to end up with 3 extra range as the Britons over a feudal age standard feudal age archers, which is huge. So if you can actually reach the feudal age quickly, if you can reach the Castle Age quickly, then he can actually, the Castle Age quickly and the Imperial Age quickly, then he can get a huge advantage over his opponents if he can do those techs. I guess that makes sense, you know. As the bet's been closed, they have. Okay, what are the bet options here on this one? Let's see, betting then. 10,800 florins bet on the Viper to go 3-0 here, and 3,000 florins bet on the Viper to go 3-1. So obviously, very much in favor of the Viper this series, and I mean, kind of expected that, to be honest with you. This is kind of funny though. 8th Wonder here, obviously taking advantage of the fact that Wolves will not attack the Scout Cavalry, and kind of baiting Viper into these wolves so that his rush is weakened and lowered in power. Interestingly enough here though, 8th Wonder gonna go with a 5 militia rush, and he's gonna be able to stop this rush dead in its tracks effectively. He's also kind of walling up a little bit, not doing a huge ass wall, not doing like a full wall on either flank, just kind of walling up around the sides so that he can sort of protect his TC area. His gold's not in the best position, and maybe that's one of the reasons why he decided to drush, but he is able to take his second gold back here. There's actually quite a bit of gold back here on 8th Wonder's side of the map. So, all good for now. Pardon me. 5 militia moving out, though. And Viper's now walling up pretty quickly. And, you know, typically Viper, you know, we said in the past, oh, I don't like to play with walls, really. You know, I like to play more aggressive and open. And that's fair enough. It's a challenge to him, I suppose. But in a tournament situation, it's much more viable and much more important to get your walls up, because you don't want to end up getting screwed like he kind of is, actually. That villager there, she is not getting out. She's getting absolutely destroyed by those militia, and Viper's down a villager already, which is actually kind of a big deal. I mean, at the early stages of the game, villagers are so much more valuable than as the game goes on. And 8th Wonder, he's only just began. He's going to be able to pressure this a little more. He's going to be able to try and, you know, force Viper away from this gold even. I mean, this is the thing. If he pressures this palisade here, Viper can't really re-wall behind it. These villagers are going to have to move away from the gold there. Now, 8th Wonder's not going to be able to get in anywhere else unless he wants to duck under the TC, which is a little too risky, as Viper's built a wall out from the south as well. I think for 8th Wonder, it would have made sense to keep pressuring this palisade here. Maybe Viper would have tried to repair it or something, but honestly, if you'd have pushed that back a little bit towards the goal, Viper might have been very disrupted there, and he's got no other gold options. So if 8th Wonder can somehow get to that gold, that would be huge. Viper though, blacksmith archery range, a couple of archers coming out of course, but I expect that we'll see him do like a fairly fast castle time here. 8th Wonder also going up to feudal, probably also looking for a fast castle as well. At the moment, he's got nearly the right resources there. He's got plenty of wood as well for his buildings. But he is now pressuring these palisades. He is going to pressure that gold from Viper. But Viper's going to have an archer out in just a moment. There it is. And he's going to be shooting in from behind. But Viper's clicked up to castle already. 8th Wonder, of course, only just hitting the feudal age, as Viper's already up to castle, which is pretty impressive. You've got to bear in mind, though, you know, 8th Wonder did do 2 extra militia in this situation, and although he's won this drush, I don't think he's been able to do a whole lot else with it due to Viper's archers here pushing him away now, and he didn't really come forwards with anything else. He didn't upgrade to man-at-arms or anything like that, and you know, that makes total sense. I mean, he could do man-at-arms, but it would just delay his castle time even further. And as we've already established, the Britons, with their extra range and that power spike that they get once they hit the castle age, is going to far outweigh the man-at-arms technology for 8th Wonder there. So he is going to be fast castling as well, but I think he's going to have to play pretty defensively now. Obviously, you know, the Briton archers are better than the Celt archers, undeniably, and I think this is why I said earlier on that Viper probably wants to really ramp up the pressure in the castle age and maybe try and go from there rather than delaying until the late game. Thank you very much, Color Crit, for subscribing, much appreciated. Thanks for becoming a Wallow Warlord. Let's see some more Wallow hypes in the chat, guys. Is there only Dutch Class and Jazp? You guys, you know the drill. You know the drill. Someone subscribes, you spam that Wallow hype because they deserve it. It's like I'm really telling you off. I'm not actually mad or anything, you know. Anyway, so Viper here, 4+2 range. Now you're going to see obviously crossbow coming in, and that's going to go 5+2. Once he gets bodkin arrow, that's 5+3, and then these guys outrange everything by a country mile. The militia from 8th Wonder cleaned up pretty quick, unable to do more damage, and Viper here, even without you know, all of his gear, he's able to do a very solid castle time, that's for sure. Putting up his 3 TCs, which of course for the Britons are lovely and cheap as well. Cheap. Good stuff. So Viper's now moving out. Forward villager coming out here on the right side. I'm going to be interested to see where he what he puts here. Maybe a siege workshop. He doesn't actually have the resources for that yet. Maybe he'll just mill around until he's got the wood to do something. 8th Wonder, a different strategy altogether, it seems. Siege Workshop coming up initially, and you know, I think he realizes that he's probably going to be feeling the heat quite a lot now as Viper hits castle, and he's going to have to go crossbow as well. He's going to have to get Bodkin Arrow, but he's also going to have to get a Mangonel, because otherwise these crossbows and Viper's great micro are going to cause so many problems for 8th Wonder this game. 8th Wonder right now is building his second TC though. I mean, he's not exactly neglecting economy, but he is certainly, with that siege workshop, showing that, yeah, he's got to prepare himself for these crossbows. Thank you very much, Lord Turbo Tom, as well, for subscribing. Welcome back. I believe this is not the first time you've been a Wololo Warlord, so thank you very much, man. Thanks for the support. It is much appreciated. You know, obviously, I put a lot of time into streaming and casting and stuff, and I think, you know, the benefits you get from subscribing definitely make it worth it for the sheer amount of time that I spend doing this, and the amount of time you guys probably spend watching as well. It's much appreciated, of course. So Viper here, 5+3 range. That's enough to outrange a Mangonel, which is kind of, again, another advantage, because Mangonels become so strong in the Castle Age when you're against other ranged units, and if you can outrange them, then it makes that micromanagement just a little easier, I suppose. Right now, Viper Zico is a little further behind, actually. He's not quite got as many villagers out. I can only assume maybe he had a little bit of villager, yeah, TC idle time, 100%. You know, when you go straight up to 3 TCs, it's really difficult to actually keep villagers coming out all the time, non-stop, without stopping military production as well. So Viper here maybe letting his TCs idle a little much. He's just queued another 3 up, but 8th Wonder keeping his villager lead, even though he's down on TCs. He's actually, sorry, not down now. He was down a minute ago, so he's actually in a great position, I think, aside from the fact that Viper's army is a little stronger at the moment. But like I say, if he can last this out and hold out until the Imperial Age, maybe then 8th Wonder will actually have a real good shout at this. He's actually sending a counterattack out now, which is really awesome, and these crossbows here going to be making their move. Bear in mind, at the moment, 8th Wonder does not have Bodkin Arrow. He's not been able to afford that. He's really focusing on getting these TCs up and running, that he's not had the food yet to actually make Bodkin Arrow. So, you know, at the moment, it's a little delayed. I think maybe he just clicked it then. Nope, he still hasn't. And that's probably going to give him a real disadvantage fighting toe-to-toe with Viper's crossbows here, as he's outranged by 2 at this stage. But the fact he's counter-attacking here is going to be huge. If he can hit Viper Zico, that's really going to hurt him. And this is the thing, though. I mean, it's kind of worrying. Viper at the moment, 21 military. He's got 2 Mangonels out versus the 3 Mangonels of 8th Wonder, but make that 2 all now as he trades 1 for 0. And Viper's map control here, he's feeling good about this map control, I bet. He's just all over the place here, and you know, a lot of crossbows coming in, some more Mangonels coming around the side, and 8th Wonder suddenly just, you know, 20 villagers here, 20 villagers, 19 in fact to be more precise, absolutely disrupted, and there's no gold income now. He's pressuring this gold. He knows that this gold here is his. He's got that. He's got this gold here as well. And right now, 8th Wonder feeling the heat as gold becomes a problem. And if Viper holds that, and if Viper's able to prevent him from gathering gold for a while now, then obviously trouble's on the horizon. That's that Mangonel down. That's the extra range of Viper doing a little more damage there. And 8th Wonder is going to realize very shortly that the magnitude of the problems he's got on his plate. Back at home at Viper's base, 8th Wonder here, trying to hit and run, maybe trying to find some villagers, but he's not really done anything. He's not found any villager kills yet, as, well, Viper's pressuring this TC and killing a few villagers here and there as well. This is the thing as well, Viper here pressuring this TC also, so kind of running out of space. 8th Wonder not really got the best eco setup at the moment. He's kind of being pressured from all angles, and although, yeah, he's killing these crossbows off, which is pretty good, and keeping this safe with 1 mango. At the same time, at the south of the map, a bunch of villagers dying on this lumber camp, and 8th Wonder gonna probably start getting a little overwhelmed, or at least feeling it at the moment. Viper now drawing level 55 military to 8th Wonder's 55 as well. But Viper's got over double the military population. He's bringing in the big upgrades now. Ballistics, padded archer armor, I guess not a big upgrade there, but ballistics is coming in, and you know, just a sign of more aggression to come. And I think the biggest problem at the moment for 8th Wonder in this situation is that he doesn't have gold to make more mangonels. He's only got a single mangonel out, and okay, this is nice. This is nice. He's gonna micro that. Well, okay, he's gonna micro this, but he's gonna kill his own mangonel, and then Viper's just gonna be like, "Yep, I'll take that." Oh dear, that was a little messy actually. 8th Wonder should have either gone for the mangonel or he should have gone for the micro. Not both. Not both. That only ended up badly for him. But yeah, without gold now, 8th Wonder's had to build a market. He's had to sell some resources, and at this stage, Viper's got this game. I mean, there's no real way that 8th Wonder's going to pull this back at this point in time. He is in a real pickle, to say the least. 8th Wonder here going to find himself micro against this mangonel once again. Viper bringing out a scorp on the south side. This TC feeling the pressure still, and like I say, he's just not able to get these mangonels out. Being outnumbered in mangonel count is one of the hardest things to deal with. You know, mangonels require mangonels in order to counter, really. Villager here just getting cut off. I don't really know what's going on with that. And the addition of scorpions here is like literally perfect. You know, if this mangonel can't hit them, the scorpions certainly will. And this is going to be pretty devastating up here. Viper's got this TC right now, though. I mean, 8th Wonder is trying to repair this. He's got quite a bit of wood. He's trying to hold on. He's losing so many units, though. And there we go. Mangonel nearly going down. But of course, Viper would have the hill advantage, wouldn't he? And currently now, surprisingly, 8th Wonder just 2 villagers behind. But military-wise, Viper's nearly at 30, whilst 8th Wonder is sat on 4 military. And, you know, one of those is a mangonel, so it's a big one, but he's going to struggle, man. He's really going to try and find some kills here. He's going to get some good shots off. Viper there taking a little hit, but of course it's always uphill, isn't it? It's always uphill. And these crossbows here with 2 armor as well, just, oh man, he's pushing in on the north. 8th Wonder here, you know, in this position, you got to be feeling pretty bad about the way things are looking, haven't you? Viper just, I mean, I don't know how he does this. Keeps an eye on, like, literally everything at the same time. He wasn't able to out-micro this mango, though, and that's two siege units down, 3 siege units down for a single mangonel. This is what 8th Wonder needs to do here, really, I think. He needs to just keep these mangonels alive and trade in a good way. But with Viper's micro in the north, he's taking quite a lot of damage on that one. On this right side, though, Viper getting really caught out. This is what happens if you spend like a fraction of a second and you don't pay enough attention. Suddenly your whole army's gone, and this is why mangonels are so powerful, because they can change the pace, the course of a game in an instant. If they get a good shot, a solid shot, that's it. But 8th Wonder here, no gold. He cannot repair his mangonel on this left side, and that goes down to the crossbows. And he needs to push this gold back somehow. I mean, at the moment, Viper now 14 villagers ahead. He's certainly caught up in, or taken a lead, an advantage in the villager count in the last few moments, as 8th Wonder's probably been really struggling to keep villagers coming out, to keep these TCs working. In fact, right now, they're all idle, and Viper's just coming in with wave after wave of units. It's like, you know, COD Nazi zombies. It never stops. They're always coming for you. They're always coming for you. And eventually, you will be worn down and you will die. I mean, that's just kind of Viper, isn't it? It's just, that's it. 8th Wonder then, he's still got 1 mango left on this right side, but attacking ground is not good enough. And Viper here, splitting, ducking, dodging, diving, and gonna find his mangonel going down. Villagers going down as well, and 8th Wonder there, it's GG. That's all he's got. That's everything. He's given it his all, and I can't get back into the game for some reason. It seems to have frozen up. There we go. And yeah, he's given it his all, but it wasn't enough against the mangonels and the crossbows of Viper there. Viper bringing in a ram, and you know, you could argue, yeah, it's pretty unfortunate for 8th Wonder there, and his gold was in a horrible position on the front, but I don't think that made too much difference, because Viper was still hitting the one at the back, and you know, also at the same time, Viper's gold was at the front as well, so Viper could have come, I mean, 8th Wonder could have come around here and pressured this. I think maybe the biggest mistake there was doing a 5 militia rush. against someone who was able to fully wall up and make the drush very, very ineffective. That one villager early enough was probably not enough really to compensate for the 5 militia doing nothing for the rest of the game. So anyway, game 2 is about to get started. Viper's got the first one under his belt, and we'll put that score on the board for him, 1-0, as we go back to the lobby and prepare ourselves for game number